I personally believe that the Rams offensive line is going to go from worst to best this season. Here's why. So we're back on the Rams wire, and today we're going to be talking about the Rams offensive line situation, my predictions for it, and why I think that the Rams could definitely be seeing a massive increase in production from this offensive line, and hopefully they can start to help out Matthew Stafford a bit more. But this article is titled Rams left tackle and center competitions could decide how the rest of the offensive line goes. I'm going to keep it a buck. I've already read this article, and I do not agree with everything that it says. However, I think it does pose some interesting questions and has a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. So I'm going to be interjecting myself and then going through this article and then talking about my offensive line predictions and what I think is going to be happening by the end, or basically by the first game of the NFL season. But yeah, before the Rams could decide who are going to be their two starting guards, I personally think it should just be Logan Bruss and Steve Avila. I'm going to say that right now. However, we'll go over that in a second. They might need to sort out very important competitions at left tackle and center. Sean McVay has already said it's an open battle at both positions, with Alaric Jackson and Joseph Noteboom competing at left tackle, and Brian Allen and Coleman Shelton at center. What makes those two positions interesting is the fact that the loser of each won't necessarily be a backup. It's possible that whoever loses each competition will still get a chance to start somewhere on the offensive line. Now, I don't think this is a very terrible decision. Joseph Noteboom can play guard. I don't know if Alaric Jackson can. He definitely can. I don't know if he'd be the best decision to put at guard. Joseph Noteboom, I understand. And then also Brian Allen and Coleman Shelton are kind of also interchangeable there, but I don't see a world why we wouldn't be putting our new young guys that have been getting such high praise with Logan Bruss and Steve Avila. Those should just be locks, in my opinion, as long as they continue to perform throughout the offseason. And Steve Avila is getting first team reps in the first couple of days here. So I am very happy about that, but Logan Bruss is kind of my pick currently, but I'll discuss what I think my predictions are going to be at the end of this. But what makes those, so that's a testament to the position flexibility of all those starters, with the exception of Allen, who's strictly a center. Personally, I do think that Brian Allen is going to win the center job, so that really doesn't matter too much. It's whether Coleman Shelton is going to get one of those starting jobs at either left guard or right guard. There's a scenario if Jackson beats out Noteboom at left tackle. Noteboom could be the starting right guard. The same goes for Allen and Shelton. If Allen wins out at center, Shelton could still start at right guard. That is a possibility. That is true. That's a good problem to have, but one the Rams have to figure out sooner rather than later. Right now, they're rotating a bunch of guys in the offensive line in an attempt to find their best 5 starters. Now, I do trust, Sean McVay and everyone over there. However, I do hope they get this kind of situation figured out quicker rather than later. But there's no indication right now whether Jackson or Noteboom is lead at left tackle or who has the edge at center. But once the Rams settle on starters in each position, they can give the loser of those battles a fair shot to compete at other spots. Maybe in the end, Jackson is best suited to play guard instead of left tackle. Personally, I don't see it that way, but we could agree to disagree. And then this is coming from, I believe, Sean McVay. I think you want to see competition across the board, but when you look at it, you've got 4 players competing or rotating at these spots right now that all have played in big-time games and started for us. When you look at Alaric Jackson, you look at Joseph Noteboom, the left tackle spot, and Brian Allen and Coleman Shelton at the center. Those are the guys that have played a lot of football for us, McVay said this week. I do believe competition brings out the best in the guys, and so whether or not these guys are always at those spots, that's to be determined. But I do believe they'll positively push, and I'm looking forward to see those battles unfold. So there's definitely nothing set in stone at the moment. But like I said earlier, one of the guard spots could potentially go to rookie Steve Avila, who's already gotten first team reps. I believe that will be his position. If he's locked in as a one starter, the other position could be hotly contested by a handful of players, either Jackson or Noteboom, Shelton, Logan Bruss, and Tremaine Ankrum. I would like to see either Logan Bruss or Tremaine Ankrum at that guard spot, but Logan Bruss is my pick personally. And that's potentially 5 players competing for one spot. So yeah, I mean, either way, I do like the depth that the Rams do have here. Left tackle and center are unquestionably more important than the 2 guard spots, which is why it's critical for the Rams to settle on starters for those positions so he doesn't have to play them in the preseason. But yeah, this is definitely a very interesting article. If you want to know my thoughts on what I think should be happening, I believe that Joseph Noteboom should start at left tackle. At the 2 guard positions, I believe it should be Steve Avila and Logan Bruss, and then at center, Brian Allen, and then right tackle, obviously Rob Havenstein. That one's, he's a team captain. That one's pretty much, it is set in stone. But I think that gives us the best chance to win. I think it's very plausible that this is the outcome, but it just gives our younger guys some more time to shine with Logan Bruss and Steve Avila, while also keeping veterans that have played a lot of games, like Sean McVay said, and keeps a veteran presence there as well. Personally, I think that gives us the best, chances to win. But also, this just means we have a lot of depth, guys, that there's this big of a battle going on for these positions. But either way, that's kind of my thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, before I go, I do want to mention, guys, we do have channel memberships. All you have to do is hit this join button and you can join. I'm going to be doing live streams after each preseason game, and you're going to be able to have like little things next to your name for loyalty badges. So if that interests you, go ahead and pick that up. It basically just helps support the channel. But that's going to be it. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.